Hello everyone, this is Amritpal Singh. Welcome to the new series, guys. In this series, I'll be talking about a graph database which is called Neo4j. So in this series, I'll be talking about its basics, its usage, and the language that we use in this database. So let's get started with this Neo4j, guys. So what is Neo4j, right? The first thing comes to our mind with this, it is a graph database. So what is graph database, guys? There are some scenarios, guys, in which we have to represent some relationships. Like if we talk about Facebook, or we talk about any social media platform where we have to represent the relationship between the two users or two friends, right? In that scenario, we make use of graph databases. So graph database, instead of having rows and columns that we have in traditional databases, RDBMS, we have nodes, edges, and properties, right? So all these terms like rows and columns has been replaced with the nodes, edges, and properties. So we'll explore this in upcoming slides. Okay, a graph database is used to represent the relationship. I've already told you, like this is used in such scenarios in which we have to represent some relationship. Let's suppose if we talk about today's scenario, like in the last 2 years, like we have a pandemic called COVID-19, right? And in which if we want to trace that who is infected with the COVID-19, I want to find its immediate contacts, right? And then their immediate contacts. So it's kind of a building up the hierarchy, right? So in such scenario, we make use of graph databases. So the most common example here I've taken is the Facebook friend relationship as well as the like relationship. So that's why I've told you, like in a social media platform, if we talk about Twitter as well, if I want to know who is following who, right? In such scenarios, we make use of graph databases. All right. So this is what Neo4j, like graphical representation, is all about, right? You can see like in which we have a graph, we have a nodes available, we have vertices available, we are having edges available. So everything is involved in it, right? So it is all coming from the graph theory, right? So like in a graph theory, we have the concept of vertices, edges, we have a directed edges and all, right? So it is all about this. You can see here, like I can easily check out like this is the he is a friend of this user, right? And he likes this. It means like through this graphical representation, I can easily get to know what's going on, right? If we talk about a simple example, let's suppose if you're working in a company, the higher authorities like CEOs or managers, they don't have this technical knowledge. They just want to see like what's going on, right? They just don't want to they are less involved in this technical stuff and coding and all. They just want to see the end product. So for them, right, this is the right database in which we can represent the relationship in the form of graphical representation, right? This is called Neo4j. Moving forward, guys, in this previous example, you can see we have a circles available. These are called as nodes. The lines which are connecting these circles are called as edges. And then we have relationships, which is written over there like is friend of, is a relationship, right? So, and any comments inside the circles are properties of that node. You can see like this is a property. It's in a key value pairs name. This one, it's in a key value pair. You can see that the two terms are differentiated with the semicolon. All right. So these are called as a properties. So what is Cypher now? So guys, we have talked about Neo4j. We have another concept called Cypher. Cypher is a language through which we query the Neo4j database. Like we all know that we all have grown up learning this SQL, structured query language. We use this language to query a MySQL database or a Oracle database. But in this case, I'll be using Cypher as a language to query the Neo4j database. Moving forward, guys, we have our nodes and relationships. So nodes and relationships are the basic building blocks of a graph database. I've already have shown you in the image or in the picture that we have a circles available, right? We have relationships available. So these two build up this Neo4j database. Moving forward, guys, we have a nodes. It can represent the entities. We all have learned in the case of database as well, DBMS as well, which is called ER model, in which we have used to have entity relationship. So it's almost the same. We have entities, and the node in a graph database is similar to the row in a relation database. So if we say that we have a row or tuple in a relational database, we have a node in the graph database. Moving forward, we have a relationship now. So the two nodes can be connected with a relationship. So guys, as I've already told you that we make use of Cypher as a language. So if we write a Cypher query for the same, right, the relationships can be enclosed in the square brackets. Although in upcoming videos I'll be discussing about this all things hands-on, like how we can build up the relationship, how we can fire a query, right, execute a query. So we'll be discussing, but just for a time being, I have just specified here in the Cypher query language, in the Cypher query, the relationships can be are represented in the square brackets. And then we have a labels. So what is label? Label is a name or identifier of a node or a relationship. It means both nodes and relationships can have a label. Like in this case, guys, check it out. These are my two nodes available, in which these are the labels. Person, movie are the labels, right? And this is nothing but the labels of a relationship: directed, road, produce, and all, right? So in writing a Cypher query, a node is enclosed between a parenthesis. Just check it out. P : person. This is what we'll be writing in a Cypher query. So where P is a variable and person is a type of node it is referring to. So if I'll be writing a query, I'll be representing this node within the parenthesis, this one, like P : person, and I've already have specified in this, like, the relationship can be enclosed in a square bracket. So both are having their own like representation in the Cypher query language. So guys, in this image, acted in, reviewed, produced, wrote, and directed are all relationships. That's what I've already told you. Directed, wrote, produced, reviewed, acted in are all the relationships, right? So in this in a Cypher query, the relationships are enclosed in a square brackets like this. This is the example I've given here. Works for, right? W : works for, where a W is a variable. So guys, this is how we write a query. Let's suppose I want to write this query, right? This is a Cypher query example, in which you can see we have a node available. This one, this is nothing but the relationship available. So we can say, like, person is a node, movie is a node, directed is a relationship, and here P, D, M are the variables, and here we have a condition, where clause, let m.release greater than 2010, return PDM. Okay, so it's a match query. So the result of this query will be this one. You can check it out. When I execute this, right, I'll be getting this in a result. So you can see now, like, in the Neo4j database, the result is all about like visualization, like how we can visualize the results, right? In the regular DBMS, we just get the normal query in a console, right? But this is the more I'll say appealing, more we can say we get to know what's going on in the database, right? This is all about Neo4j as a graph database. I hope, guys, you must have got some information from this first video. In case if you find something is not clear, just let me know. I'll see you next video, guys. Thank you.